Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Deb C, and the place to be. Hey, it's Deb C. Oh, that's me, Deb C. Bloop. You'll understand why I was doing it real weird when I tell you who the Man Crush Monday is this Monday. Happy Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Monday. And if it's Monday, then it is Man Crush Monday. Listen, I was kind of thinking, who am I going to make be the subject of my Man Crush Monday? And I thought since we're wrapping up summer, I would make this Man Crush Monday be a young gentleman from one of the summer releases. So today's Man Crush Monday is going to be on Austin Butler, star of Baz Luhrmann's Elvis, which was released this year. So we're going to get, that's why I was singing like that, in the worst terrible imitation of Elvis of ever. You're welcome. So let's get right into it. Austin Butler was born in Anaheim on August 7th, 1991. I really literally looking at him would think that he was like 20. So there you go. He was discovered at the age of 13 at the Orange County Fair. He worked as an extra early on in his career. He worked as an extra on several TV shows till he landed his first real regular job in TV, and that was in 2005. It's a Nickelodeon show called Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide. May of 2007, he guest starred. He had a guest starring role on Hannah Montana. In September of that year, he also was on one episode of iCarly. In February of 2008, he landed a main role, and he played the love interest of Jamie Lynn Spears, boo, on Zoe 101. That was in the 4th season. And also in March of that year, he was on an episode of Out of Jimmy's Head. In 2009, he had his first movie role, landed his first movie role in a family adventure movie called Aliens in the Attic with Ashley Tisdale from High School Musical. And that summer also, he starred in a ABC family series called Ruby and the Rockets. February of 2010, he had a pretty big year on the small screen because he had a recurring role in the CW's Life Unexpected. He also was in episodes on several shows like Wizards of Waverly Place, Jonas, CSI Miami, and The Defenders. In 2010, he starred in a direct-to-DVD movie called Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure, and that was actually a spin-off from High School Musical, where Ashley Tisdale, who played Sharpay, they followed this Sharpay's Fabulous Adventure was her going to New York and trying to make it on Broadway. And Austin Butler was able to get that role because Ashley Tisdale, who was his co-star in Aliens in the Attic, had suggested him for the part. So thanks go to Ashley Tisdale. In 2011, he went back to ABC Family and starred in a series, Switched at Birth. He was also in a Lifetime movie called The Bling Ring, which was about those break-ins in the Hollywood Hills where people went in and stole jewelry from wealthy celebrities. Like, I believe it was Lindsay Lohan and maybe Paris Hilton. And then he was also in the NBC comedy show, Are You There, Chelsea? In 2012, he starred in the Carrie Diaries. I believe it was on CW, and it was a prequel to Sex in the City. So it was like Carrie Bradshaw when she was much, much younger. That lasted for 2 seasons, I believe. In 2014, he went back to the West Coast. He was in a play called Death of an Author at the Geffen Playhouse in Los Angeles. He then joined the cast of Arrow, the TV show Arrow, which was on the CW. 2015, he starred in a movie, a thriller called The Intruders. And then in 2016, he did a movie that I've literally never heard of in my entire life called Yoga Hosers. It was directed by Kevin Smith, and it was listen, enunciation matters when I say this. It was a horror comedy. Horror. Horror. Horror comedy. That starred Johnny Depp and his daughter, Lily Rose Depp, which years later, Austin Butler was romantically linked to Lily Rose Depp. In 2018, he made his Broadway debut in The Iceman Cometh. It did not run for real long. Like, the preview was maybe in March or April. And I believe the show only ran for like a few months. The reviews were not good for the show, but the reviews were very positive for him. In 2019, he had a small part in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That also starred Leonardo DiCaprio. It's also the movie that won Brad Pitt his Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. Now, 2019, we all know what's coming up. 2019, he was cast in his biggest break of his young career. And he was cast as Elvis Presley in Baz Luhrmann's Elvis. So he was cast in 2019, but because of pandemic shutdowns, that wasn't released until June 24th of this year in theaters. And from what I understand, he beat out quite a few people. He beat out Harry Styles, Miles Teller, who we know starred in Maverick, and also Ansel Elgort, who was in Baby Driver and who was also in Steven Spielberg's remake of West Side Story. So he beat out quite a few people. Upcoming projects for him, there's a war drama miniseries called Masters in the Air, and he's also going to be in Dune Part 2. Now, his charities that he has been a part of, Autism Speaks, great charity. The Elton John's Aid Foundation, phenomenal. So, interesting tidbits about Austin Butler. Austin Butler, I don't like to go through a lot of these guys' personal lives, but I thought this one was interesting. He had started dating Vanessa Hudgens in 2011, and they were together for like 9 years and broke up in 2020. And from what I understand, it was really serious. Like there was big talk of them possibly getting engaged. So I don't know what happened. That's a shame. And he's now apparently he's dating Kaya Gerber, who is the daughter of Cindy Crawford. So there's that. All the other interesting information that I have is just about him and the filming of Elvis. So he was cast in 2019. They started filming. Because of the pandemic, they had to shut down. He was going to go back to Los Angeles, but they were like, listen, no, how about if you stay here? He stayed there. He immersed himself so much into Elvis Presley and his world and research and everything that by the time he got out of it, like he was so deeply entrenched in Elvis that I've even seen video of him where if you look at video from before and video now, his speaking has even changed because of it. So he really immersed himself quite a bit in Elvis. And I was reading another story where I guess at some point on one day of filming, Baz Luhrmann went up on stage, Austin Butler went up on stage to sing, and he had people who were actually booing him and heckling him to get him like prepared for this. He said he went home crying that night, like he was just almost devastated. And also, after filming had wrapped on the movie, he actually had to be, Austin Butler had to be hospitalized. I guess he was saying that day after filming wrapped, he woke up at 4 a.m. with excruciating pain, was rushed to the hospital. His body just started shutting down the day after they stopped filming. Yeah, he said he had a virus that simulated appendicitis, and it left him bedridden for a week. So right after he filmed it, he was bedridden for a week. So, and the song that he sang when he auditioned for it, he had sung Unchained Melody. So that's what sealed the deal for him. So I hope you enjoyed getting to know Austin Butler, who is now Elvis. And I'm going to include a few pictures. So I hope everybody has a great week. I love you guys. If nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure you put love, kindness, compassion, hope, acceptance, positivity out there, because we all need it. And everybody have a great day. I love you guys. Bye.